Alright guys, here we are. Quick recap of the Pacific Majors Petit Le Mans that we had last night. We're actually going to start with the beginning of the end. This is the kind of the turning point of the race for me. I had an outside distraction come in the room, and it just threw me a little bit. Missed the apex there. I ended up shortcutting this one. Just got out of my rhythm. And turn 5 is already difficult enough, and I just didn't have the focus. Too much wheel, too much throttle. Around she went. Pretty early, lap 13. Wait for these guys. And I had right front wheel damage, and the car wasn't the same. Limped it around, didn't take a tow, and that was good. A couple laps later, after getting the car fixed, was able to put down my fastest lap of the race, albeit with the draft. It was a minute 20. I don't have the confidence in the rear end of the car. I think that's a big part of why I'm not as fast. The best laps that I have are like this, where I can actually get in on the apex like that. Generally speaking, I've just got a decent amount of brake bias and a decent amount of traction control, and just the car is a bit pushy because of it, I think. Again, I don't make my own sets. I just don't have that know-how yet with the GT3 car. It's more about getting comfortable still. Yeah, this, like I said, was the best lap in minute 20, which is still a good couple seconds off the pace is minute 20, high 20, I think. I actually feel pretty comfortable on the course, but I mean, yeah, when you're not on the razor's edge like some of the other guys, it's pretty easy to do. The racing, generally speaking, wasn't terrible when you had stuff like this, especially with me, right? I'm not attacking as much, so it's going to be a little bit more heads up in the mirror. This section here, I always felt pretty good under the brakes. You can see the nose points where it's supposed to. This next section, though, I'd baby the throttle, and you get wheel spin through there, third and fourth gear, before coming across the line. And you see my best lap, and I'm still losing time with fairly fresh tires. This is the first of, well, not the first, but one of the bigger incidents here. And it's one of the things that I had an issue with going into 3, just like not enough room. Not just the forcing the issue that I felt happened a decent amount during the race. Yeah, a lot of avoidable contact that I think kind of messed up some of the races for people, myself included. Here's another one of those things. Is going into the S's turn 3. Now I have to take some of this too, because he made the move going inside, and I did a double take on trying to turn in. It's like I needed to turn. It was that time. But he was still there, so I had to take some of that as well. Coming into the final laps, actually, it was a pretty good finish down to the end. Here's the same guy. And the thing that bothered me too was that this guy is way down the charts. A lot of laps down, and we're in the last couple of laps of the race. So there's really no reason to force the issue in turn 3. Anyway, I run a little bit wide. I lose time, but nothing else. The thing is that 2 cars behind me right now is the guy I'm trying to fight I'm 19th right now. I'm trying to hold on to 20th. Now, that's like, what are you fighting for? Well, the points championship is very tight at the sharp end. So, who knows? A couple of points could make it. Now, I wasn't sure. I found out later, or looking at later, that this has ended up being a drop round. But yeah, you got to do everything you can in these last couple of stages. You see here, though, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where if you present going into the braking zones, etc., then you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. You see here, I run a little bit defensive to make sure that I'm not going to get passed into this section. I stay tight again, because I don't want to get attacked through here. The car is on full fuel run old tires, and it's already really skatey. But get down to the inside by that turn-in point. I know you're there. Hold the outside. Yeah, I'm going to lose some time, but you presented. Now coming up the hill, this one I could have given up a little bit more. I believe that's Rob Gall right there. But I knew that the guy I'm fighting is right there with him. I did play that one pretty tough. But again, my car is really skatey when it's on the far left side like that. and I was trying to play it safe, both for me and for everybody else, to make sure I don't crash out. There you go. Rob gets the big run. We're going to go down to the braking zone. He's got me clear. I'm going to make sure he has a spot. No problem. But now, you see the big run right there. That is for position. That's the guy I'm trying to fight with. And we're kind of like, it's like 2 laps to go, come to line or something like that. There's virtually no time left. He gets the better run coming up the straight. And this is really fun. This is a great way to finish the race, having a nice fight for position, considering it was kind of a survival for a good chunk of it. And there wasn't any dirty stuff at all. I mean, it was very, very hard racing. Tried the out braking move to stay in front. Worked out pretty good. I don't get off this corner very well. Again, just being a little bit off the pace anyway. Yeah, and then just try to hold on. Again, like I said, tires are really, really old. I think this right here is the second to last lap. As you can see, I'm obviously not as fast. I'm having to slow down much sooner, and I don't have the lateral grip. I don't carry the corner speeds. You see the S's there just eating me alive. 3 hair to baby the throttle. Another bit of a run. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing that I got GT1s and prototypes coming up, so I'm trying to make sure I hit my marks. Make sure that the passes, if they're going to happen, they hopefully happen at the least detrimental time for me. I think that's Williams going by. Still able to slot in here. I think that's Barnes going by there, but now I know I have to brake deep here. I have to push it hard to make sure that I can hold on to it, and again, it works. Unfortunately, I am way, way slow coming off. Try to give just enough room on the outside here. Real tight running. And then the battle comes to an end here where I'm a little bit defensive, and then this last lunge, I kind of correct to stay off, and it's with the old tires. It was just, that was all there was. So 20th place, 72 points I believe on the day. That's a toss. It's unfortunate, but we weren't going to do any better, and I don't think 15th on pace. We move on to the Brazil Grand Prix in the F1 car. Wish us luck. We're going to need these final 2 races. Thanks, guys.